You know, I murmured to my friend Vicky in a low voice behind my hand. I pretended to scratch my nose with some fervor. This wasn't exactly what I expected when we were invited to this party. Vicky glanced sidelong at me, but said nothing. I noticed the smirk curling up the side of her face as she righted herself in her seat at the long Formica Island counter. Our hostess had just re-entered the room. "Sorry about that," the plump woman said, smoothing behind her ears some of her auburn hair that had fallen out of her barrette as she approached the other side of the island. "Where were we?" She looked around at the half-dozen ladies seated there, staring into each of our faces with a blank look. In the light of the aqua aluminum lights hanging above us, she seemed slightly flushed. Vicky looked at me, and I saw that the other two women beside her were glancing around in confusion. You left to go get the next set of plasticware?" Vicky said hesitantly when it became clear that Dolores wasn't joking. "Right," Dolores said with a nervous smile. "Right. I'll go get them." She walked out of the kitchen again, her heels clicking against the tile floor as she disappeared. Of all the places I had expected to be the afternoon before Halloween, a plasticware party had never crossed my mind. "Well," commented the woman to my left, who lived 3 doors down from Vicky's house. I'd met her a few times when going for a walk with my nephews through the neighborhood after school. She folded her arms, glowering at the empty archway that Dolores had just disappeared through. Jane, I thought. Or was it Janine? I'll be the first to point out that something happened to our hostess since last I saw her. The low murmur of agreement spread through the room and answered her already obvious statement. I hardly knew Dolores Robinson, but even I could see something was troubling her. She'd had flushed cheeks and sweat clinging to her brow when she had opened the door for us precisely an hour before. She had nearly dropped an expensive glass pitcher that she had been showing off to all of us with the hopes that one of us might want to purchase it. Vicky reconsidered her offer as it had swung from the end of Dolores's finger like some sort of precarious trapeze artist. "This certainly is the most interesting plasticware party I've ever been to," said a woman beside the other. She looked so similar to her companion that she might as well have been a mirror's reflection. "I'm sure everything is fine," Vicky hissed under her breath. "Now hush before she comes back in here and hears you." Janice, that was her name, shot Vicky a glare before her words proved true as Dolores wandered back into the kitchen. Our hostess looked at us all with a vague, distant smile, once again brushing some of her bushy hair from her eyes, and then blinked. What was I doing?" she asked blankly. 2 of the younger women giggled briefly but fell silent when Dolores didn't share their humor. It would have been much better if she was trying to be funny, but I certainly didn't think that to be the case. Oh, that's right," Dolores said with a flash of a grin, turning to a cupboard behind her. "I guess it's time to move on to the bakeware. Yes, that's right."